The Honorable. Like I say, Senator Heineken Lofope. General Assembly of the South Monarchs.
Please, let's appreciate him one more time with a round of applause. Thank you very much.
The Executive Governor of Delta.
He has development. He has transformed visual.
I pay tribute to our royal fathers while we legislators at all levels represent our people and their interests. Our royal fathers are the carriers of our custom, the guardians of our heritage, and the embodiment of the aspirations of our people. They represent our ancestry, and they remain the cultural link between our past and our posterity. In a time of rapid change as we are in, our monarch remain our control towards directing our political flights, and enabling us to take off and land well in the runway of our history and tradition. We appreciate that you have gathered once again to perfect these roles in our socio-political lives, and we appreciate you. In this historic moment of our gathering here to discuss the theme strengthening stakeholder collaboration for development of the South-South region, the role of traditional institutions, let us acknowledge the challenges that our great nation, Nigeria, faces. We cannot turn a blind eye to the security challenges that threaten the peace and the socio-economic well-being of our people. The unfortunate Okwama community crisis and the loss of 17 brave soldiers serve as a stark reminder of the pressing need for robust interface on security matters, especially as they impact the security and the socio-economic well-being of our people. We cannot afford to sit idly by while our communities are torn apart by violence, insecurity, and unrest. We must come together as a united front to address these challenges head-on and work toward finding lasting solutions. We must commit ourselves to supporting the lofty plans of the present administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and work with him to ensure that hope is renewed for our people.
The more you are able to chat with traditional rulers like this, it will help us in the region, because it's a region where you have a youth receiving address of them. And these traditional rulers, they are helping us to do a lot of work. That's why they cannot be ignored. So anytime, anywhere, I'm told that traditional rulers are meeting like this, I feel very comfortable to be with them because they help us to maintain peace in the region. And it's a very important gathering. You can see the areas of traditional rulers that are here across the entire 6 states of the South-South region. I think by the time we continue to encourage things like this, then there will be relative peace in the region. You know, sometimes in January this year, they also had an audience with the president. So these are the kind of things we need in the region. And as a minister of Niger-Delta region, it's my responsibility to coordinate activities of this nature. Definitely, I will present them before the president, the issues that have been raised. Even when they came the other time, they raised some issues with the president, and the president has been following them one after the other to implement them. And I've also told them that if there are those that are still missing in implementation, they should let me know. That any time I have opportunity with the president, I will remind him, because the president is very much concerned with helping us in the Niger-Delta region. So anything that comes from the Niger-Delta region, it doesn't look back.
Traditional rulers from the South-South have a very strategic role to play in the survival of Nigeria. You will agree with me that anytime the South-South is meeting, the rest of the country is paying very rapt attention because of the strategic importance of the South-South. You will agree with me that the easiest way out of our economic problems in Nigeria is through the oil and gas sector. And oil and gas is predominantly from the South-South. So before independence, post-independence, South-South had always played that critical role. We need to protect our environment. If you look at the level of environmental pollution in the South-South, the Ogoni case will be a child's play. Some of you may not know that Bayelsa may be the most polluted. Why? Because our young men, some of our young men, few of our young men, have resorted to pipeline vandalization and illegal refineries. Nobody who has been indulged in these illegal refineries had gotten enough money to feed the community. Check it out. But the environment is completely polluted. You also agree with me that because of the laws of our land, oil and gas resources belong to federal government. But the land resources and the water resources belong to the state, belong to the communities, where our people can freely go fishing, can freely go farming, and then survive as human beings. So the level of pollution has become an existential problem that requires the immediate attention of our traditional rulers.
The chairman, Delta State Traditional Rulers Council.
Distinguished Senator George Akume has asked me to tell the monarchs that every single step will be taken to bring you on board in the governance of this country. Traditional rulers are the most important people. The British used them. Some of them resisted the British and paid great prices. Some of them were extradited out of their domains and kingdoms to foreign countries because they fought the British. Big wars took place. Some traditional rulers were ready to lay down their lives for their people. The Great War of Benin Kingdom, to protect those artifacts, King Jaja Wapopo fought. You can fight for the rights of your people. You did it before, you can do it again. Distinguished Senator Lokwe spoke here, and the managing director of NDDC, I think they have completed what we have come here for. I congratulate them. Lokwe went and mentioned the most critical problem that is today, but even in the South-South region. That is the environment. Your environment has been heavily, heavily degraded. And so long as definite steps are not taken to restore the environment, so long will there be problems in the South-South region. He mentioned no drinking water, diseases, short lifespan, no farming, no fishes. These are the problems. But one thing he forgot, which I will quickly mention, is deforestation. The forests of the South-South are being cleared. If you go to Cross River, thousands of trucks are leaving every day with timber to foreign countries. Very soon, very, very soon, environmental climatic conditions will worsen because forests are the reservoirs of medicine.
One, it is a good thing that we can come together in one room to discuss development using the tool of collaboration. I think this is the best institution to collaborate with when it comes to development. Because when we talk about governance, the traditional institution is the original foundation of governance. Here we have an institution where it's not politicized, where ascending to the throne is either by birth or hereditary. You are carrying the genuine interest of the people at heart. So whatever that happens to the people, either good or bad, development, underdevelopment, you are the one to bear it most. So for you to have called us today to discuss collaboration for development, I think it is the right thing to do. For us in NDDC, we also believe in such collaborations. If it wasn't there before, right now we are trying to implement collaboration for sustainable development. We started with our 2024 budget, where we thought we had to start with the PSD, which is the Partners for Sustainable Development Conference, which took place in Uyo last year. We felt that was the right way to go, rather than we dictating on what to do for the people, but let the people rather dictate to us on what to do for them, because they are the ones that actually know what their communities need for us to implement. Now, this forum is also a very, very important forum to ensure that every public office holder comes here to at least present his account of stewardship. Because wherever we are, whatever positions we're holding them in trust for you. We might be appointed, it might not be through your effort, but whatever it means is that we're all from one region. We're in those positions representing the region. If we fail, it will tag that the region have failed. So it is for us to come together, partner together from our various positions, the various offices we're holding, come together and weave this basket of development for the Niger Delta. So what we're doing here is weaving that basket together for development. We can be able to bridge the various gaps. So from NDDC, we know what NDDC is doing to also support the region. From various ministries, we know what they're also doing to support the region. Those who are also elected, what they're also doing to complement those who are appointed. I think that is the proper collaboration for development.
I'd like to now invite to come to the podium
your colleagues, Royal Majesties, the modernity of tradition, deep concern to General Bochapero, because our forum.
our keynote speaker to please step on the Niger Delta development.
Pleasure, welcome, cream of esteemed monarchs, the South region, our great country. There is no doubt that you occupy a unique and very critical place in governance. Let me especially welcome the Senate President, ably represented by Senator Joel Onowakpo. I also recognize my brother, the Senator representing the Central, Senator Under-Devt, and other members of the National Assembly here present. Secretary of the Government of the Federation, ably represented by Senator Dr. Jack Chili Yado, CON. I also welcome the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta, and Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum. They are great sons of the Niger Delta.
I want to thank the monarchs choosing to meet here in Delta State. We are encouraged, as it is a form of endorsement for our agenda and the modest achievements we have been able to make since this administration came on stream a little less than a year ago. Today, we are gathered to recognize the vital role of our traditional rulers played in the fabric of our community. We are the custodians of our rich heritage, the guardians of our cultural values. As we face the challenges of the modern world, we are uniquely positioned to bridge the gap between communities and the government. As a traditional ruler, you are to foster unity in diversity. As we meet for this auspicious occasion, I charge you to continue to be the pillar of integrity and fairness. Hold justice in your communities, mediate conflicts with impartiality, and be the voice of the reason. Encourage your subjects to embrace education and innovation while preserving our invaluable traditions.
You to this auspicious occasion of the 13th Extraordinary General Assembly of the South-South Monarch on the theme strengthening stakeholder collaboration for development in the South-South region, the role of traditional institutions.
We reviewed the problems of development facing the South-South geopolitical zone in a broader sense than is commonly understood. Generally, when you say development, people talk about roads, other infrastructure, water, light, etc., etc. We say that development in the real sense should go beyond all of that to include human freedoms. The sense with which you feel you belong, sense of belonging, that you have freedom of speech, that you can participate in decision making. Not only official people, but also ordinary people feel that there is accountability and they are part of the decision-making process and that they are carried along. We should see development in that sense. And to achieve all of that, the traditional institution actually needs to be recognized in the Constitution. We face serious limitations if we are not even recognized in the Constitution. We have been fighting for this over the years, but we agreed we should redouble our efforts to ensure that we achieve recognition, so that we can do even more than what we are doing so far.
Okay.